Welcome to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want everyone watching to know what an honor it is to be here tonight in front of an audience that we just pulled out of a slow cooker. Threw in a lemon, some olive oil, a little garlic. Meat's falling right off their bones. Because today in New York City, temperatures reached 100 degrees. And it's hot all across the country. 100-degree temperatures are expected from the Great Plains to New England. It is so hot in Missouri that Sunday that the roads began to spontaneously buckle while people were driving on them. Check this out. Wow. Reminds me of that old Irish blessing. May the road rise to meet God, not literally. Faith in Begorra, you busted me suspension. Now, the road rise. No, not anymore. These record temperatures are being caused by what meteorologists call a heat dome, which is a strong bubble of high pressure. Also what it's called when your mother says coming to Easter brunch is optional, but it's what Gam Gam would have wanted if that still matters to you. One spot that's been very hot lately is the Middle East. Hopefully that's gonna cool down soon because as of this taping, there is a tenuous ceasefire between Iran and Israel. What happened was around 6 p.m. last night, Donald Trump dropped this post. Congratulations to everyone. It has been fully agreed by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire officially. Iran will start the ceasefire, and upon the 12th hour, Israel will start the ceasefire. So let me get this straight. Let me do the math. Iran stops right away, but Israel gets another 12 hours of dropping the boom booms? That's like a parent in the front seat saying, you two knock it off back there. Luke, you quit it right now. Derek, you can hit your brother for another 12 hours. Go for the eyes. That's the soft part. Go for the eyes. Come on. After the ceasefire announcements, Republicans were tooting Trump's horn. Alabama Senator Katie Britt said this.
President Trump is going to win the Nobel Peace Prize, no doubt.
On the other hand, some doubt. I'm not sure they give an award for bombing people into submission. I think you're thinking of the J.D. Power and Associates Award for Best Heavy-Duty Kablooey. So, war over maybe? Because right up until Trump's deadline, Israel and Iran kept bombing each other. Then after the deadline, Israel accused Iran of breaking the ceasefire and threatened to retaliate. Trump was asked about the fragile state of the ceasefire this morning on the White House lawn.
We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.
Wow. Wow, he is so mad and or so projecting. They don't know what the they're doing. They're starting to wonder, I tell you folks, they're starting to wonder if they even wanted all of this. Sure, they like the attention, but the job itself sucks. All they want to do is eat chicken and watch TV and play a little golf. What the am I? Okay, hold on. Whether or not the ceasefire holds, one thing we know for certain is that our military operation was worth it because hostilities have ceased. There were no American casualties, and the president told us this.
Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated.
Okay, that's one less problem in the world, except for one small problem. Today we learned that U.S. intelligence has determined Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium was not destroyed, and their centrifuges are largely intact. Oops-a-nookie. So less Operation Midnight Hammer and more Operation MC Hammer. In that, Iran's nuclear scientists just sent this message about their centrifuges.
You can't touch this.
Still got it.
Got the moves, man.
Still got it. I got to get the big pants. When confronted with the report, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said, "This alleged assessment is flat out wrong and was classified as top secret." Sure. Of course. Because that's the way top secret works. Psst. I have information that is flat out wrong. Tell no one. So, after decades of president resisting Israel's entreaties to bomb Iran's nuclear facilities, Trump took an enormous risk, put our service members in harm's way, bombed Iran for the first time ever with the largest conventional weapons ever manufactured, which we used for the first time in this bombing, and we didn't end their nuclear program. How did the administration manage that?
They don't know what the they're doing.
Oh, understood. Understood. There you go. There it is.
I got you. Yep.
One place that Trump will never declare a ceasefire is here at home, where ICE is constantly devising new terrible ways to treat immigrants, led by Secretary of Homeland Security and woman flirting with a widower in front of an open casket, Kristi Noem. Yesterday, Secretary Noem announced that the government would fund the construction of a brand new detention center in the Florida swamps, which GOP state officials have dubbed Alligator Alcatraz. That really sounds like the name of a game on sale for 99 cents in the Nintendo eShop. We got $1 left on this gift card. Should we go Alligator Alcatraz, Crocodile Casino, or this one called Ducks on a Boat? The premise is you've got a bunch of ducks on the boat and you try to knock them off. And then they drown. Why would ducks drown? Keep in mind, the original Alcatraz was a notorious prison surrounded by treacherous, shark-infested waters to contain America's most dangerous criminals. Alligator Alcatraz is just to hold regular folks with uncertain immigration status that ICE has been sweeping off the streets and stuffing into unmarked vans. It would really change prison movies. What are you in for? I spent 20 years as a line cook and a pillar of my community. What about you? I'm the best reviewed roofer in the tri-state area. Don't believe me? Ask Angie's List. Noem rubber stamped this. Oh, thank you. Let me shake my character. Hello. Noem rubber stamped this gator gulag, but it's actually the brainchild of Florida's Attorney General James Othmeyer, seen here telling his wife that if the baby doesn't get more protein powder, he's not going to develop a healthy grind set. To promote his cool, no due process dude ranch, Othmeyer released this promo video.
Attorney General James Othmeyer here at the Miami-Dade Collier training facility. This is an old, virtually abandoned airport facility right in the middle of the Everglades. The governor tasked state leaders to identify places for new temporary detention facilities. I think this is the best one. As I call it, Alligator Alcatraz.
See, it's not an internment camp in the Everglades. It's a rock and roll internment camp in the Everglades. I tell you. You know, folks, this whole thing was actually my Camaro's idea. Her name is Sheila. She also gave me the idea to imprison feminists at an abandoned zoo, or as I call it, Gorilla Gitmo. Othmeyer, bet you didn't know I can play that.
I did.
Now, Othmeyer explained his reptilian security system.
This 30-square-mile area is completely surrounded by the Everglades. If people get out, there's not much waiting for them other than alligators and pythons.
Meaning the new Homeland Security motto is, deport you later, alligator. Get no trial, crocodile. Then, an added layer of weirdness of all this is that the construction of this new hellscape will be funded in large part by FEMA. Well, that's going to be fun to explain to hurricane victims. Ma'am, I'm so sorry. We couldn't afford enough bottled water for everyone, but it is for a very cool reason. Hit it! This idea is so twisted, even people in Florida think it's cruel. Like this local advocate, who I urge you to take seriously, even after you eventually find out what he looks like.
It's not good for our people, it's not good for our environment, it's not good for our quality of life. It's a trigger, a canary in the coal mine, of a much deeper systemic problem. And we're seeing it here being built literally in the middle of the Everglades.
Sir, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir, but we cannot hear you over your alligator hat or your alligator hat's hat. Here's the alligator's wearing a Homburg. He's wearing... Here's another protester.
I owe my entire life to the Everglades for people to be stationed out here, specifically if, from what I've seen, people aren't getting what they need in these detention centers. If there is an AC, if there isn't access to clean water, it will just be torture. I work in the Everglades. I'm an alligator wrestler.
Thank you. Thank you, citizen. We should all be more like that alligator wrestler. That man's got a good head on his shoulders. For now. We got a great show for you tonight. My guests are John Cena and Lord. When we come back, I'll be talking about some great things to do